welcome to Market Pros. My guest today is Duncan. How are you doing today, Duncan?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here with you.
Good, good. You as well. So, can I just have a quick rundown of your experience in the markets, crypto, NFTs as a whole?
Yeah, like I think I've told you before, I'm pretty much a newbie to all this. I've only been involved since the end of last year, and pretty much only came in because of my interest in Star Atlas.
So well, all of your crypto experience is all in NFTs. Then that was kind of your onboarding process to the space.
Yeah, that's been my whole tutorial into blockchains, how to navigate blockchains, how to navigate the marketplaces, the dexes, things like that.
Okay, okay. So, well, you kind of already answered. I was going to ask, where did this all start? Well, could you give me a quick explanation of where it did start? What made you want to get into investing in NFTs and in play to earn gaming?
Probably got to go back a ways because I mean I was trading on the stock market for for a while, a few years back. I mean, it was basically day trading.
Okay.
Um, yeah, not to any. I wasn't risking a whole lot, so I wasn't making a whole lot. But I did fairly well, and I just started to get a little bit of a feel for technical analysis. I never really got too deep into that. I pretty much just mined other people's work and didn't do my own. But I got kind of bored with that. Then I went into my next hobby was sports betting. So doing DraftKings,
Gotcha.
and you know, again, I wasn't risking a lot. I was always coming out ahead, but never by a lot. So yeah, and then so it kind of led to this. I've been a gamer for a long time. Um, my whole life, starting with Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid. So there was that was the attraction for me. I mean, I've been aware of crypto for a while, but I never really looked into it too deeply. And a friend of mine was getting more and more into it and kept trying to tug me in, showing me different things, and I kept poo pooing him until he showed me Star Atlas, and I said, oh, that looks pretty cool. I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, so I heard you did say you were a trader and that you traded in traditional finance. Do you also have any experience in commodities?
No, not really. I mean, I in my real job, I mean, I'm a forester, so I deal a lot with selling timber,
Okay.
but that's not really the commodity markets. It's kind of its own deal.
Yeah. Um, okay. So what is your I know that you're more into the actual blockchain tech and the gaming sector, metaverse sector, wrapped in with the NFT sector of, crypto. What is your long-term perspective on crypto and the entire space, all the sectors? Uh, just by what you've learned so far about it and just your take on it, as for, you know, maybe regulations and how everybody's kind of coming down on crypto right now. You know, you hear a lot on the mainstream media that crypto is dead, and usually when that happens, it's a bottom. Um, so, just what's your long term perspective on where the space is going as a whole?
Well, the potential is vast. It's huge. But like you pointed out, I mean, there's huge headwinds against it. Any idea of decentralized finance is gonna it's gonna meet a lot of opposition because that's not what the traditional powers want. They want control.
Right.
So I mean, it's hugely attractive to me because I'm pretty liberally minded, and just the idea of a more progressive means of running the world's finances is really attractive to me. But at the same time, I realize it's going to be a tough road to follow for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. They definitely don't like crypto. They don't like what it stands for. They want to control it, and now it's to the point where they're starting to act like they can see the potential in it and all that, but that's just they're just trying to put the cover over people's eyes. You know what I mean? In the background, they want to control it. They just want to figure out how they can to the best of their extent. They know that they're not going to be able to control it completely, but if they can regulate the crap out of it and tax you, into oblivion, then that's their way of keeping a cap on it and making sure. Because I mean, there's so many people that have gotten rich, normal people that have gotten rich, and that have really changed their lives using crypto and the whole space, play to earn games, DeFi, a lot of different sectors of this space, blockchain technology as a whole, and everything that derives from that. Um, what so I know you like the metaverse market and NFT market. Is that the most appealing market to you? And if so, because I know you're also in the stock market, so what is the most appealing market to you and why?
Well, this NFT market and the metaverse is way more fun than the stock market. I mean, the stock market now, my only um, participation there is just managing my retirement funds. So I don't do any more day trading there. Um, so yeah, I mean, because what I like about this is the gaming analogies. I mean, on the one hand, you're engaging in almost traditional finance, not centralized, decentralized, but you're investing, you're getting returns, but it has all these analogies into gaming. So we're buying spaceships, we're sending spaceships out in the fleet, we're
Yeah,
getting emissions. So that's kind of that's I think that's fun to be able to look at things on those two different levels. So that's really and it's also there's a hell of a lot to learn. I mean, I've figured out some things, but like I said, I'm a complete newbie, and the learning curve still ahead of me is really steep. So there's just a lot of challenge there to try to figure things out. Um, and there's a lot of really cool people hanging out on this Discord that you can learn from. So,
oh
so
yeah,
that's what I enjoy. Those interactions. I don't really go into nitty gritty stuff too heavy. I'm much more of a big picture guy. You know, um, so so it's great. I mean, that's why I really like engaging in the community and just trying to get a feel for where things are going, how people are feeling.
gotcha, gotcha. um so what are your future plans for the crypto, well, what are your future plans in the crypto space and just in the markets as a whole? What types of markets do you think you could see yourself, benefiting from in the future? And where do you see yourself going from here?
Well, that's a tough question. I mean, we I basically came into this space during a pretty difficult time. I mean, if I so I came in after Bitcoin started heading down hard, from its
Oh,
highs back in November.
oh
Um, and but at the same time, I'm you know kind of I mean I'm still I haven't lost anything, so that's that's encouraging. But at the same time, being realistic, that the Bitcoin phenomena is rare. The fact that you could buy something that could turn you into a multimillionaire so quickly
yeah,
is difficult. I think so recognizing that doing well in this space takes work, It takes research. Um, so it's hard to say. It'd be interesting to revisit this in a year. Once see where it goes with Star Atlas and whether that leads me down other paths. It's hard for me to predict that right now because I really don't know what those other paths are. I'm just starting to see them. Um,
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, definitely seems like you have a very good grasp on the potential for being someone that's so new. A lot of people make a lot of big mistakes when they first come here. And so it seems like you've held, through this and did not sell low like most people would have done. So, I mean, that right there puts you apart from 80% of the majority when they first come into crypto because they get scared out of their pants, they sell at a loss, and next thing you know, the market turns back up. If they would have just held through the volatility, wait, even have a longer term perspective, you know what I mean? Like if you hold for a year and it'll be different. You know what I mean? If you can just stomach the volatility through a year, unless you're in a bear market, but you know what I mean? Like on the way up, I mean, we had a few 30, 40% drops on the way up, and scared a lot of people out of their crypto. And, and then just this last drop and then raise, I mean, we're basically in a $30,000 range right now, you know? I mean, we dropped all the way to 30 last time, broke back up to, what, 69, 68. So, it seems like we're in a $30,000 range, but if you can stomach the volatility, it can be the best opportunity of your life, you know? Um, okay, so I know that you're new, all right, but, you know, you already have a very good grasp on it. So, if you could offer one piece of advice to someone that was just coming in, uh, I mean, freshly in, just got in crypto today, no matter what sector they got in, what advice would you give them?
Boy, the advice I would give is don't play with money that you can't afford to lose. But at the same time, if you're not willing to take significant risks, you're not really gonna get rich off crypto. So it's kind of a
Double-edged
it's a
sword.
conundrum. But it's easy for me because I have enough funds that I could throw a significant amount in here and feel like a player. But it's all money that if Star Atlas goes, if the cryptos I'm involved in go kaput tomorrow, it's not it's not really going to affect me. It's not going to, I'm not going to, I'm still going to be able to live my life. I'm not going to lose anything really.
Yeah,
Um, so, so you got to be aware of that. But and that goes back to what you were saying before. But I mean, I'm buying right now. I mean, things are going down. I'm buying because the money I've got in it is the money I've got in it. I'm not going to take it out until it either goes to zero or it goes to a million. So
that's
so
right.
that's really easy for me. For other people getting in, I think you just got to be aware of that volatility and know that um, it is easy to make mistakes. I mean, there was a period early on where I was holding for Star Atlas. I was holding a bunch of Atlas overnight, and it fell like 10 or 15 or 20%. And I was like, okay, that was dumb. I don't want
It's
to.
a
I don't
hard
want to
pill
do
to
it.
swallow. It's a hard pill
Yeah,
to swallow.
yeah. So it's pretty easy to make some mistakes as you're learning. And again, like I said before, the Bitcoin phenomena is rare. You know, you can't expect to throw a few dollars in and then a few years down the road be rich. Um, that's not going to happen too often. It can, but it's
Yeah,
not going to happen too
Dogecoin. Dogecoin. I never invested in Dogecoin. I definitely wish I would have. That's one of those anomalies that everyone thought was a joke, and the people that threw $10 in it turn that into 1,000. Yeah, I mean, you'll have those, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, I 100% agree with what you're saying. You have to be able to stomach the volatility, and you just you got to have a longer term time perspective, you know. Um, do you have any closing thoughts, Duncan?
No, I think this is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to checking in with you as we move forward and learning more from you and the other folks um, out there. So yeah, and I just hope this stuff in Ukraine gets resolved quickly.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. All right, well, Duncan, it was good to have you. Everyone, if you enjoyed the video, please like it, and I'll see you in the next one.